Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Superior Spider-Man issue 23, and this is part 2 of Darkest Hour, which is a 3-part story of Venom. Before I start talking about this, just want to give you guys a little update. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 25, and that's the show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. And there's actually an exclusive comic that you guys recommended, because this is a milestone episode with 25 episodes. So the exclusive comic you guys voted for was TMNT, the micro series of the Shredder, issue 8. And here are the other exclusive comics, which is Marvel Knights X-Men issue 2 and Green Arrow issue 26. So if you want to go check out those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 25, which will be annotated and is on Dark Avenger Inc. But let's talk about Superior Spider-Man issue 23. I like this cover. I thought it was pretty cool because I had no idea what was going to go on with Flash. And one thing you can expect with Superior Spider-Man, anything could happen. You know, this guy could die, this person could get his venom taken away. Anything could happen. And that's something I was looking forward to. And this is actually the first issue I read this week because I was looking forward to Superior Spider-Man this week because you know something big is going to happen, especially going into Goblin Nation. So very cool cover, and I really like, I think it's... yeah, it's Ramos that's doing art. I actually do like Ramos a lot with Spider-Man. That's kind of the most, I have to say. I think I like Ramos the best on this series. I think I'm the minority on that one. I think a lot of people like Stegman better. But I actually really like Ramos' art. I think it fits very well for Superior Spider-Man and Spider-Man in general. And I think it fit well with this issue too. But let's talk about the story. So in this issue we get to see Superior. He finds Flash, and he doesn't kill Flash, but he does realize that this is Flash Thompson. You know, it's like, oh, wait, alright, you're Flash Thompson. And Flash is able to get it away, and Spider-Man's like, oh, I just wanted to get him out of the Venom, and he wants to destroy Venom, obviously, because he is a villain. But Flash does get away, and Flash is like, where the hell am I going to go? So he ends up going to his best friend, Peter Parker's house, right when Anna Marie is cooking dinner for Aunt May and Jay. So we'll continue that. They're cooking dinner. Aunt May is a little skeptical about Anna Marie, and there's actually a big kind of fight during the dinner table here. So that's pretty much Peter and Flash's story here. And then we get to see that Peter's like, you know, I have this new machine that could get your legs back. And Aunt May actually did this all, and she can walk without the cane now. And Flash is like, I don't really want to do that. And he ends up doing it. He's talked into doing it. So this is Spider-Man's brilliant idea, taking the Venom symbiote away, which I'm really surprised that Flash still hasn't connected, or anyone has connected that Flash is Peter, or I mean, that Peter is Spider-Man, but anyways, because they're very connected in this issue. Literally, he walks out, and he's like, well, Spider-Man's here, this is my person I brought in, he knows everything about science, just like me, but Flash, and no one really has a clue about that, but it's, you know, a little plot hole-ish there. But yeah, then we get to see, because of the sonic boom and Spider-Man actually healing Flash's leg by giving this bionic mechanic leg that works for Flash. And now the Venom is on its own, and we don't know what host the Venom will have, or if it needs a host anymore. I don't know, but he's the superior Venom now, which is very interesting. Or maybe he does have another host, but I think Cardiac and Cardiac, Flash, and Spider-Man were the only ones in the room, so I think it's just Superior Venom here without a host, so we'll have to see what's going on with that. But he does say we are the Superior Venom, so I'm very curious to see who is going to be the new Venom. But yeah, this is actually a really good issue. This was very, very close to being my pick of the week. It was really debatable, but Amazing Spider-Man actually was my pick of the week. But I really enjoyed this issue. There was just a lot of great character moments, and I would say a lot of thriller kind of moments with the characters. So we do get to see Carly's story, her more with the Goblin Nations. We're seeing that build up. We get to see MJ maybe getting close to finding out that something's wrong with Peter, even though she's dressed up like a whore in this issue. Right here. Still upset about MJ here in this series, as you can tell. Still very out of character, flirting with this fireman again. So yeah, we'll see what happens with MJ. But everything else, like Aunt May's story was great. You know, the kind of tension we had with Anna Marie and Aunt May, because Aunt May, you know, doesn't really want to be replaced either. And when Anna Marie was a better cook, and then just like, well, what's going to happen if I have grandchildren? Will they also be short people? And she was very worried about that. So it was very interesting, that tension in this issue. And then just the tension with Flash and him coming back and him not being part of the Venom symbiote, but being able to walk again. So I'm very curious to see who will become the next Venom, if someone is already the next Venom. But really enjoyed this issue. Love the cliffhanger. There were some great character moments, and I thought this was even a bigger improvement from the first part, because that was more of a build-up to get to this second act, and now the third act hopefully will bring us some even more story, an explosive story to get into Goblin Nation. I think in January. It's really coming close. So I gave it 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed this. Very close to being my pick of the week, and it was very debatable. And I was like, Amazing Spider-Man, no Superior, Amazing Spider-Man. I was really back and back with it, but really enjoyed Superior. Recommend this one. It's been one of the better issues in a really long time. And hope you guys enjoyed this. It's Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.